Hi guys.
Hi. So we're with our special guest. So LG House of Beauty, if you don't know, get to know. Where are you based now? Because I feel like you're everywhere.
So I've got two clinics. One is in Manchester, and that's where I live, and then the other one is in Portsmouth. And we do pop-up clinics pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
But there are two
Literally.
main clinics. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, because obviously I go to the one in Portsmouth. Whereabouts is that again? It's like
North End.
North End.
Yeah.
And where do you do your pop-up ones? Do you have one in? Is it Nottingham?
Yeah, so we do one in Nottingham once a month, and then I've also done like Leicester, Glasgow.
That's literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's actually insane. I love it. So what made you like, because obviously you're originally from Manchester, so what made you do different cities?
So when I first started doing aesthetics, which was in 2020,
Yeah.
I realised that it's quite hard to be fully booked as an aesthetics practitioner because all the treatments are like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So like I would be busy for like maybe 1 or 2 days a week, but the rest of the week was quite free. And obviously I stopped doing all my other treatments. So I kind of realised I could go to different cities and do it because you don't really need to get something done weekly like you do with lashes or nails.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be okay to do like a monthly clinic somewhere, and then I just
Why? Yeah, it is though, isn't it? I feel like we need to take tips. Why Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Okay, so this story is the weirdest story in the world.
Go on,
and I've probably told this story about 55 times my whole life. So basically, in 2020, that's when I started doing aesthetics, and then in 2021 is when I kind of realised like I wanted to branch out. So I was randomly just looking at cities, and I started with Nottingham. So I was doing that once a month, but I still wanted to do more. So basically, I did a competition on my page. This was not on purpose. Like I just did a random competition on my page to win. I think it was a 5 mil package and Fox Eyes. So that was like the prize. And obviously it just like went really well. Loads of people entered. And the woman who won it, like I've just literally picked it from random. She was from Portsmouth. But so she drove all the way down to Manchester. Bear in mind, I had no idea where Portsmouth was. I'd never even heard of it. She was like, "Oh, we've just drove for 5 hours," and I was like, "What?
That's
like,
insane.
What the hell?" And she brought one of her friends as well, and her friend was like, "I'm going to have the same package, but obviously I'm going to pay for that." So then, when they were having it done, they were like, "You need to be in Portsmouth. Like, you need to be there. There's nobody doing aesthetics really there because that was like 4 years ago." So I was like, "Okay, let's do it then."
Oh my god!
So I had a lash client who went to my school, and she was the only person that had ever mentioned Portsmouth to me. She said her little sister lived there.
Yeah.
So I messaged her little sister and said, "Can you recommend any salons in Portsmouth that I can message and do a clinic?" And they messaged me back with Pretty Bitch. She was like, "Yeah, Pretty Bitch is a really good salon." I literally messaged Pretty Bitch and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
I went like a few weeks later, and ever since that day it was fully booked.
Wow.
Like I literally was like, "Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to get any clients there. Like it's so far away." I literally looked at my diary a few days later and it was full.
Oh, do you reckon that was like from the salon?
100%.
Yeah, it was
Pretty
from
Bitch.
Yeah,
100%.
That's insane.
I think maybe 1 or 2 was from Instagram.
Yeah.
From the back of that giveaway,
That's
1 or 2.
wild.
But I would definitely not have been able to open the clinic if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh,
Like
that's
you're
nice.
such a well-known name now in the area.
Oh,
Yeah, no, 100%.
I think it's different in Portsmouth as well because in Manchester I'm probably like very small fish, big pond. But I feel like because Portsmouth's so tiny, I feel like it's different here. So like, because everyone's like, "Oh, you've done so well." I'm like, it's not the same wavelength in Manchester.
That's mad.
What made you get into aesthetics and get into that side of the industry?
So I used to be a dental nurse. That's what I first started when I left school. So I never went to college or uni or anything like that. I just went straight into dental nursing. I did that for like 6 years, and there was a woman at the dental clinic that I trained at, and she used to do aesthetics, and aesthetics was not a thing then, if you know what I mean. I was like, I'm talking about 11 years ago. It was like just coming out kind of like Only Ways Essex was on, and they would do like Botox parties. Like it just sort of become a thing, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" Like I was just like, "Wow!" But I never really thought I could do it. I didn't know you could do it. Like I thought you had to be like a doctor or something like that, because it was a bit weird then. Like no one knew who could do it and who couldn't. So I did dental nursing for 6 years, but I always did makeup on the side of it. So I used to do like in 2016 when makeup was huge, I used to do like all the festival makeup and stuff like that. But I just used to do it from home, like in my mum's bedroom.
I love that. You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you do. So I used to do that on the side, and then it got to a point after 6 years, I was like, I absolutely hate being a dental nurse. It's boring. And no disrespect to dental nurses, but it is a bit of a boring thing. After 6 years, I was like, I need to do something else. So everyone was saying to me like, well, why don't you just do your makeup like full time? Yeah. But because weekend is makeup, I kind of feel like is a weekend job for some people. I was like, right, I'm going to have to do something else as well. So I did an eyelash course first in like 2000, like probably 15 or something like that. God. I did eyelashes for a few years, and then I did nails as well. And then in 2020, I was like, right, I need to just do this now. Like I'm not waiting any longer. So I just did it. And then that was it.
Wow. To be fair, like 2020 isn't even that long ago.
No,
so
it's
like,
only 5 years ago.
That actually is crazy because I thought you started earlier than that because of how much you've grown.
Yeah, do you know what? It has gone really fast, to be fair. But it was one of them where when I started doing aesthetics, I was already teaching lashes. Yeah. So I was already like fully booked with lashes at the top of my game with lashes. So the minute I got confident with aesthetics and it had been enough time for me to know, then I just went straight into teaching that because I was already a teacher. Yeah. So it kind of just, because I had all those clients from lashes and all those students, it kind of just went, I didn't really need to find clients because they were already there. Yeah. And that's what I always recommend my students to do first. Yeah. Because I feel like some people, don't get me wrong, some people go straight into aesthetics and smash it. But I always think it's better if you have a client base to start with.
100%.
I think I'd say quite a lot of percentage of my students that have smashed it were already doing something else in the industry.
I feel like it's hard to build a client base now though, isn't it? Because I feel like everyone wants to do it, and everyone who like comes out of college or school or whatever, they just think it's like an easy option when it isn't really. Like it's hard.
I feel like I had it easier when I first started because I was probably like the only lash tech in my area. Yeah. So like but now you can, like, everyone can do it, can't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you like doing lashes?
Yeah, I actually loved it. Yeah, do you know what? To this day, I still have one lash client.
Do you?
And she's been coming to me since the bedroom. Oh, so like literally since she was like one of my first ever makeup clients ever. So like I can't really.
You can't.
She's like an OG.
She won't leave me. She won't. Yeah. I'll literally like no, and she'll still sit up.
So when did you think it's time to open a salon?
So weirdly enough, the first salon that I opened, I barely had a client base. So I didn't open it when I was smashing it or anything like that. How it started was I was working, doing the lashes and the makeup in a sunbed shop. So it was just a sunbed shop near me. I had a little room in the sunbed shop and I just used to do it in there. And I actually loved it in there. And they used to get free sunbeds and everything.
Oh, I love that.
And sometimes on a Sunday, I'd just work on the desk, give out the coins, loved it. But basically I was giving, instead of renting the room, I was giving like a percentage. Which was fine. It helped me like start because obviously I couldn't really afford to rent somewhere at the start. But because I ended up doing really well, the percentage was kind of working out quite a lot. Yeah. So my boyfriend that I was with at the time, he was like, work out what you're actually paying a month there because you don't even know. Yeah. And I was like, I don't care. And he was like, no, work it out just out of curiosity. I worked it out and he was like, what you're paying for that, you could probably have a shop. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't even know what shops cost. And then we looked into shops and they were all just not right. And they were all like far away or ugly or run down or whatever. And then my dad's, this is so the butterfly effect, by the way. My dad's best friend owned a shop right where our new house was, where me and my mum and dad had just moved to. And he come round one day, just not even anything to do with that. He come round one day and we were like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, because he lives somewhere else. And he was like, oh, I've got a shop round the corner. And I was like, oh my God, like, I want it. And then he was like, oh, there's someone in it right now, but we're getting, like, she's leaving. So I was like, oh, well, if she leaves, like, let me know. And then that night that I met him, I went to a Chinese restaurant with my boyfriend at the time. And it wasn't even the Chinese restaurant we usually go to because ours was closed. No. So we went to a different one and we got a fortune cookie at the end. No. And it said in the fortune cookie in mine, I've kept it to this day. It said on it, a new business venture is on the horizon.
Oh my God!
That shop is mine. And he was like, no, don't get your hopes up. You know, she's still in there. She might not leave. Don't get your hopes up, blah, blah. And I was like, hopes are up. Yeah. And then literally every day I used to walk past that shop to get to the sunbed shop for work. Wow. So I just used to be like, looking at every day. And I was walking past one day and I seen like this little bald head like popping about. And I thought, that's him. He's in there. Like, why would he be in there? Yeah. And he rang me that day and he was like, it's free if you want it.
Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. Like, I really believe that.
Yeah. And we'd only just moved to that area as well. And I didn't even want to move to that area. I was like, oh, you've moved me away from my friends and stuff like that. And then also the postcode of the shop is my initials.
What?
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's so weird. But yeah,
That's
I actually
mad.
opened that one with barely any clients, really.
Yeah.
I was busy with clients, but I wasn't like I am now. It was in 2018, and then when I opened the Portsmouth one, that was 2023.
Right.
So it was two totally different ballgames by then. 2023, I was already like, I had no budget, like I could afford everything. It was like so much better the second time round.
Would you say you get more clients down here then to Manchester or on par?
It's difficult to figure out because I'm free like 3 days a week there.
Right,
so my diary probably looks emptier, but only because I'm always free. Whereas here, I only have 3 days a month free, and then my sister does 3 days a month. So it's like we probably have more there, but it doesn't feel like it. Because we're always there. If that makes sense.
How is it working with your sister?
To be honest, we're actually really close, but we never used to be when we were younger, and we never really used to be as close before we worked together. We were close, but now we speak like every day because we kind of have to.
Yeah, that's true.
We actually don't clash because I feel because I started the business in like 2018, and then she joined in 2022.
Yeah.
So like by the time she joined, it was already a salon. You know, I already was established. We already had clients and stuff like that. And I think if we would have started the business together in 2022, we probably would have clashed.
Yeah.
Because we're polar opposites. Yeah. Like my shop's like yours, all pink.
Yeah.
She's not pink at all. Like hers would be like black.
Yeah.
Or like khaki green or something like that.
Okay.
So like if we had to argue on like names and colour scheme, we would be clashing every single day. But because she's already come, we don't really
What did
need
she
to do that
for?
So she's got a degree in events management. So she was doing events management before that. So she did put on events for people, and she still does it bits and bobs, but she's pretty much full time at the salon now. But it's really good because if I hold events, like my events or retreats and stuff like that, she does all that. Because I'm not organised to do that at all. She's very organised. She likes admin, and she doesn't like social media. She doesn't like showing her face too much. I'm trying to get to, but she's whereas I'm like,
you're like that.
I like doing social media and stuff like that, so it works quite well, to be fair.
Yeah. So did you get your sister into aesthetics?
So she really enjoys the events management side of things, but it's not exactly like, I don't think the pay was like popping, do you know what I mean? So she wanted just to do something extra just to like build her money up. So she came to me in like 2022 and was like, right, train me up. But I'd been telling her to be trained up for years. And she was like, so in 2022 we trained her up. It was slow at first, don't get me wrong. Like we had to build clients up over, because everyone was just asking for me at first. But now she's been there for like 2-3 years. Everyone's like, okay, she's just basically the other you. Like I had someone in yesterday, and I said, oh, did you see my sister last time? She went, oh, I thought that was you. She was like, you both speak the same. So now no one cares anymore. So I trained her up, and then
oh my god, I would literally love you to be my sister.
Would you?
Oh my god.
Like, I'd be like, train me, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Do you know what? I feel like my mum works for me as well. She works on reception. And people come in and they're like, oh, I wish my daughter did stuff like this. Wish my sister did stuff like this. Neither of them get anything done.
Really?
What a waste. What a waste. My sister gets Botox. And my mum will like be a model if I absolutely need someone. Like I'll be like, Mum, just do it. But they don't really get anything done.
I'd get addicted.
I had to do my sister's lashes on Christmas Day once.
Did you?
Actual Christmas Day. So she had them done like the week of Christmas. We went, obviously was getting ready on Christmas Day. This is when we all still lived at home. She got in the shower and they all came off in the shower. I don't know what happened. But like half of it, she was literally so gapping. She looked at me and she was like, I was like, we're going to have to go to the salon. We actually opened up the salon on Christmas Day and went and did it. I was like half drunk.
Oh my god!
I'd already started drinking.
That sounds quite fun though, doesn't it?
It was quite fun.
So you do retreats. Tell us a bit about that.
So I went on my first retreat, like just like not my retreat, but like I went on one in not last year, the year before. I went to Dubai and I just booked it on a whim because I seen one of my friends who's got a salon near me. She went on it and I was like, oh my god, where are you? That looks amazing. And she was like, oh, it's this retreat. They're doing another one like in September. So I was like, right, I'm booking that. So the minute it went on, I booked it and I just turned up. I had no idea what to expect. And I didn't know anyone, and it was really good, but it was all centered around business coaching. But I didn't even want to be a business coach then, so and I clearly didn't even read it. I want to go to Dubai. And then every day they were talking about like business coaching this, business coaching that, and every day I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I'll just be here for the vibes. I don't want to do that though. And then on the 4th day, I was like, I should probably just do it. Like try it. Why not? Everyone else is trying it. Everyone was egging me on. So she was like, right, go to your hotel tonight. No, this was the 3rd day. She's like, go to your hotel tonight and just put on your story. Does anyone want like one-to-one calls to like help grow your business. She was like, you'd be surprised, you know. Went to my hotel, literally had my bun on top of my head, just did a story in the bathroom. And I was selling them for like 300, I think it was like 297 for this like 1 hour masterclass with Zoom. You get all this stuff with it, blah, blah, blah. I sold 10 that night off that one story.
Wow.
And so that paid for the whole retreat when I was there. And I was like, maybe I should do this. Back the next morning, I was like, right, I'm doing it. And everyone was like, what? You've been like so against it. And I was like, well, I sold 10 last night. And they were all like, you need to do it. So I was like, yeah, maybe I do. So got home, I did the event at P. Louise, started doing the business coaching. I just loved it.
Yeah.
So then obviously off the back of that, I was like, right, I might do retreats now as well. So I did my first one in November. That was in Dubai. It was insane. It was so good. And then my next one is actually in 2 weeks in Marbella.
Wow.
And yeah, it's full.
Oh,
so yeah, and the last one was full as well. I don't even know where these people came from, but I'm happy that they put it in.
You must like, when that happens and you do get fully booked, is there a moment you realise like, I am the shit? Do you know what I mean? I am it.
Do you know what? I feel like no, because I don't know if this is just a me thing or an entrepreneur thing or just an ADHD thing, but I feel like you always want the next thing.
100%.
Like I'm always like, oh yeah, I've got a salon now, but I want one in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
But I've got the Portsmouth one now I want to go to Marbella. Do you know what I mean?
You
like,
don't just stop and think, oh my God.
Yeah, and I probably should do that more. But I have a business coach myself, and she's kind of like a life coach as well.
Yeah.
She's a positive psychologist, so she's always like, you need to spend like 10 minutes a day being grateful. I'm like, okay, I probably should do that.
Yeah.
But it's just, you forget, don't you, to do stuff like that.
All the time.
You should start with, you should do an event. Because I feel like a lot of people that come to my events have then come to my retreat, or they've then booked business coaching, or they've then done a course. But like, every time I do an event, I always do it in Manchester, because I feel like, one, there's like, we have a lot of like clientele there and people there. Two, it's like quite a busy place, so like people can come from Birmingham and Glasgow and stuff like that. The only people that are like, why have you not done it down south, are the Portsmouth people.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're always saying to me, do one down here and you'll smash it. But I'm always like, but then people from Manchester won't be able to come and stuff like that. So I think if you did one, you would smash it.
I heard a thing the other day where it was like, men will go and just do it, 30% of the knowledge, and they'll be like, oh, fuck it, and they'll wing it. And women will only have like 30% knowledge, but they won't do it because they're like,
Do you know why I think that probably is as well? Because I feel like, say for example, a guy does an event and no one turns up, they'll be like, I don't care. Say what you want about me. And the friends will tease them and they'll be like, okay. But like, if a girl, like, if no one turned up to my event, I would cry.
Literally.
And I would question everything.
We'll probably quit our job.
Yeah.
We're like, nah.
I'd like go back to dental nursing, like, bye. I did my first event at P. Louise, and that was with zero knowledge.
Really?
Zero. I was like, I'm just going to do it. And then I had a coach at the time, and she was like, right, okay, ring this person, ask this person to speak, do this, get this badge, do you know what I mean? And like, when you book it in, you're like, right, I have to do this. So I think if you just say, for example, you just booked a place in Portsmouth for like 3 months time, and you booked a date and you pay for it, you will make it happen. And also, I think announcing stuff pushes you, because I've announced it now, I can't delete it.
You have to do it.
So if you announce it, then you'll force yourself to get it busy. But everyone's asking me for an event here, every single person, so I don't think you would struggle at all.
With your retreats then, like, can anybody go on them? Or
so pretty much, obviously there is business coaching involved in it, so pretty much anyone with a business can go, but I'd say the main people that come are usually like aesthetic girls, lash girls, girls in the industry, but anyone is available to come. Like at the minute I'm coaching someone who's opening her own like scrubs brand. There's another person that I was coaching to do like their own clothing line, stuff like that. So you don't have to be in the beauty industry, but
just like
a lot of it does attract a lot of beauty
I feel like I need a business coach. I'm
you're selling it to me. Like, you're not actually selling it to me, but I do feel like it's important to invest, isn't it, in things like that, to then get more out of it after.
Because I never would have thought of having a business coach before I went on that retreat, and I didn't go on the retreat to be coached. I just went on it because I thought it'd been an experience. And then when I got back, I was like, I need a coach.
I need one.
I need one now. Do you think if you hadn't got the business coach, you would still be in the same situation now?
No, not at all. So I literally needed a coach to tell me how to be a coach. Because I knew how to be a salon owner, I knew how to be a training academy owner. Like I've done all that part of it, but I had no idea like what to launch, like what program to build, like who I was going to have in it, like what I was going to teach. I had no idea. So she basically gave me all of that. And now that's all. That was my last coach, but now I've got a new coach, and she's more like, now it's all already launched, she's more like she's a bit of a life coach. She's like my therapist, to be honest.
I love that. I love that.
The good thing about having a coach though is they'll be like, so because we have a call like once a week or sometimes it's every 2 weeks, she'll be like, have you done that from last week? And I'll be like, Yeah. So like when I go on the call, I'm like, right, I have to do what she said from last week.
Yeah.
Because I think if you don't have a coach, you're just winging like, not that that's bad, but sometimes you need someone to tell you like, right, do that. Yeah. Because that event never would have happened if I didn't have the coach. Yeah.
So there's a lot of stigma around the industry, and you get a lot of hate comments on your posts, on your socials. How do you deal with that?
So I feel like, basically, I always try and tell myself that like they don't dislike me, they just don't like aesthetics. Like for example, I'm not a massive fan of tattoos. Like I just don't like them. No disrespect to anyone who's got tattoos. Like my mum, like my sister's got tattoos, my dad's got tattoos. I don't dislike them. I dislike the tattoos. So I always think it's not me they don't like. It's the lip filler. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not like too bothered. Also, I feel like TikTok's giving me a thicker shell because there's so much hate on TikTok. I actually, in a weird way, it makes your videos better.
It flies better.
Honestly,
I literally did a video 2 days ago when I first checked into the hotel in Portsmouth saying that this plug socket wasn't right and I couldn't charge my phone. Loads of people commenting like, you're ignorant, there's one over there, blah blah.
What?
And now I've got like 20k views on it, and I was like, it was literally about a plug socket. So
Honestly,
on TikTok, I love it because it makes views better. Instagram's a little bit annoying because it annoys me when they comment on a picture of my client.
That's different.
They'll be like, she looked better before, and I'm like, that is still someone. So I don't want them to feel bad, so I do just delete them ones, just so my clients don't feel. If they comment on a picture of me, I don't care. People comment on like certain pictures of my clients and be like, their lips too big, and I'm like, I didn't even do a lip.
Literally.
I feel like a lot of the Americans people that comment as well, that the American people are a little bit love it and they want to be like looking like they want big cheeks. And then some of the American people are like, oh my god, like what have you done to it? So they're very 50-50 over there.
Wow, that's wild.
It's either one or the other. No one wants to be like, none of the people who want aesthetics want to be natural. But other people who don't like aesthetics are like really against it. So you get people here that kind of want it to look natural. They don't want to be natural.
No.
They're getting it done, they want it done.
They want to be seen. Okay, so do you have any industry icks?
Yeah, so you know the video where it was like a picture of lips or a picture of lashes and then it went like that? They were literally every second on my For You page. And then the second one that I did a video about this, I'm so sorry if you guys have done it, but the ChatGPT doll.
That was me.
I'm so sorry. Not because I didn't think it was cute, but it was everywhere. I'll go away.
I don't want to see it all.
I actually think you was one of the first person on my feed to do that, and I copied you. And then like
I seen someone do it for the first time, and I thought I am actually going to copy them. But then when I seen like it went really fast, and
by the end of the day, every single person.
And I thought I'm bored now. And then another ick. This is like an actual like you need to talk to yourself ick. Is this? You guys won't have done this. It's like, you know, when there's an industry person and say someone's had the lips done quite badly somewhere else, and they're like, this is not my work, like watching you go too far. You need to just chill, because I feel like you started somewhere once, and sometimes that's happened to my students that have just and obviously you're not going to produce your first like best work in the first like week, and they've been like really upset because they've seen their work on other people's pages and been slandered, and I hate
that feeling.
And there's a way to educate people without being you can just say like, oh, this is how it could be done like, differently or whatever, but like you say,
I agree.
Agreed. Honestly, I actually feel so inspired now. I don't know about you.
So inspired.
Also, sorry about the one mic. Megan's died. We always have. Oh, and also Lucy's died. We always have. But honestly, I really feel inspired. Like I didn't feel like I'd feel this type of way. Did you?
No, I want a business coach. I want multiple salons. I want we need to go to Dubai.
Shall we actually just do it? I think we should. Thank you so much for coming.
We've really appreciated it.
Honestly, like our first guest, and I feel like it's not disappointed. Like I feel like I've loved it. It's like actually made me want like to get more people, and thanks for watching.
Thank you so much.
Bye.